Long before anyone explained how the world worked, you already sensed something deeper. Not from textbooks or lectures, but from your own quiet awareness. As a child, you felt it. The way moments lined up too perfectly, like thinking of someone right before they called, or feeling a warning just before something went wrong. Back then, it felt normal. You trusted it. But over time, that trust faded. You were taught to favor logic over intuition. You were told it was just coincidence, just your imagination. The world asked for proof, not feeling, and slowly, you stopped listening to that quiet inner voice. You forgot how natural it once felt to be connected. Still, the signs never stopped. Synchronicities kept showing up. Repeating numbers, familiar faces in unexpected places, a phrase that echoed through conversations and books. They weren't random. They were reminders, nudges from something greater, something that never stopped trying to reach you. Carl Jung called it synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that align outer events with your inner state, not cause and effect, but something deeper, a language of symbols, a conversation with the universe. Reality isn't a machine, it's more like a song, and synchronicities are the chorus, echoes of what you carry inside. Science even supports this. The reticular activating system in your brain filters your awareness. Whatever you focus on, you start to see more of. That's why after thinking about a car, you see it everywhere. The world didn't change, your perception did. The same is true with synchronicities. The moment you begin looking for them, they multiply. And behind all of it is energy. Emotion, thought, intention, each carries vibration. When you're in alignment, feeling gratitude, clarity, trust, you're more likely to notice and attract synchronicities. You begin to resonate with what you need. It's not superstition, it's resonance. So when a number keeps showing up, a person enters your life at just the right time, or a book opens to the exact page you needed, that's not chance. That's the universe whispering. And the more you pay attention, the louder it speaks. But noticing synchronicities is only the beginning. The real shift happens when you start responding to them. A sign on its own is just information. But when you act on it, something powerful unfolds. You move from passive observer to active participant. You're not just watching life, you're in dialogue with it. That's when everything changes. The universe is always offering signals, but most people rush past them. They chalk it up to chance or brush it off. Why? Because responding takes trust, and trust requires slowing down, listening, feeling. When you pause, even briefly, you give these signs space to land. In those quiet moments, synchronicity becomes clear. A repeated number, a phrase in a dream, an unexpected encounter. These aren't just curiosities, they're invitations. And each time you respond, by writing it down, making the call, taking the step, you open the door a little wider. A simple practice like journaling can help. When you record synchronicities, you're telling your subconscious, this matters. Over time, patterns emerge. You start to see how your thoughts, emotions, and life events are all woven together. You notice that 444 always shows up when you're making big decisions, or that certain songs play when you're about to shift paths. It's like building a private dictionary with the universe, and it's deeply personal. Because synchronicities don't speak in general terms, they speak in your language. The same number might mean begin again to you and slow down to someone else. That's why self-awareness is so key. The more you know yourself, the more clearly you'll understand the messages. But here's what most people miss. The sign is not the destination. It's a guidepost. Seeing it is important, but acting on it, that's transformation. When you follow synchronicity, more show up. Life responds with momentum. Doors open, timing sharpens. The path begins to feel less like guessing and more like dancing. And in that dance, you realize something profound. You were never waiting for signs. You were waiting to remember you've been in conversation with the universe all along. Living in alignment with synchronicity isn't about waiting for magic to fall into your lap. It's about showing up with intention, with awareness, with motion. You don't need to control every outcome, but you do need to participate. That begins with clarity. What are you calling in? What direction are you asking for? You don't have to know every step, just the next one. That alone sends a signal. The moment you say, "Show me the way," you shift your vibration from confusion to openness. And openness changes everything. Because when your thoughts, energy, and emotions line up, life begins to organize around you. You become a beacon for alignment. Not because you're forcing things, but because you're in flow with them. And yes, practices like meditation, mindfulness, visualization, they help. Not because they're trendy, but because they tune your signal. They shift you into presence, into gratitude, into a frequency where synchronicities show up without effort. But it's not enough to notice them. You have to move with them. Synchronicity is the universe extending its hand. Action is you reaching back. When you follow through, make the call, change direction, start the thing you've been avoiding, you step into co-creation. You and the universe working together. That's when momentum builds. That's when one small action opens 5 new doors. And suddenly, life doesn't feel like struggle. It feels like rhythm. That rhythm, it's always been there. The signs have always been there. You're just finally tuned in. And once you start listening, you'll see it. Life was never random. It was always precise, always speaking, always responding to you. So here's the invitation. Don't just watch life unfold. Engage with it. Notice the signs, reflect on them, then act. One small choice, one aligned step can shift everything. Synchronicity isn't luck. It's awareness in motion. And the more you trust it, the more you move with it, the more life begins to feel like it's dancing with you.